Do 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 do. Good evening. Back by popular demand. Do 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 do.
Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies, produced by L&K Productions. And the NASCAR 600 and the Formula in Monaco, yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome into Saturday night, May 27th, 2023. The Ken Stout Live Show with the Zoom homies, or the Zoom homies with Ken Stout Live. I am your host, Ken Stout Live, and we have already in the Zoom chat Greg Guy, William Dawson, Sam, OneFish26, Jeff Ryman, Alex Cheek, Darren Gilholm, who's probably back to being asleep, and Chris Garrett. Oh, no, bloody hell, I'm still awake. So, hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
And Alex.
When did you change your last name to Live?
That's one. So I have that properly. Yeah, I guess that's showing. Oh, yeah. It's
Sounds like you're going to need several co-hosts tonight to keep up.
Possibly. It's a good possibility, yes. Let's get that started right away. One of the co-hosts will not be Alex Cheek. Hello, Brian.
Good morning.
Seems like it, doesn't it? Why am I was clicking on the wrong thing here. Hello, Jim.
You? I thought the first order of business was to get everyone's ticket punched, as I remember the phrase.
Oh, there's only one ticket that needs to be punched.
Yeah.
There's only one.
Ken, my internet went out before Doug's, and I got it back when I was first. Well, that's cool. And yes, Bobby Warren was first tonight. Let me pop chat. Well, I don't want to pop chat out. Or do I want to pop chat out? Nah, I don't want to pop chat out. I've got Zoom full screen, so this is working out real good. Bobby Warren was first. John Aloy Sr. was second. He says, good evening, everyone. Happy Saturday. Tony Wallow was third and retracted his message. Sam OneFish26 was fourth. William Dawson was fifth, even though he said he was fourth. I believe you were fifth. I'll make sure. Bobby, John, Tony, Sam. Yeah, you were fifth, William. Greg, you were sixth, even though you thought you were sixth. Do I got to teach a math class here? I mean, come on.
I counted 5 people.
Chris Garrett was seventh. Okay, count with me now. Bobby Warren's 1, John Aloy's 2. Oh, you know what? I'm counting John twice, maybe. Maybe I'm not doing this right. Tony was 3rd. Sam was 4th. William would have been 5th. He thought he was 4th. Greg would have been 5th, but he's 6th because William was 5th. Never mind, I'm not going to go in here. That's going to take too much time. So, Chris, did you get your oops fixed?
Yeah, it's working on it now. I don't know what if it's going to be any good, but the files, but it's working on it. I'm running to recover.
you made a comment that something changed on my background.
Oh yeah, I think the clocks might have went away or something. I don't know what happened.
They're there now.
I don't know what happened. It's no big deal.
You changed a little wording.
I added a word and I changed some words. Yes, I added a name, and I did change some wording around.
Running out of room.
I am actually. I've got to figure out. I got to rework them, and I'm trying to think of how to do it vertically. And when I say I'm trying to think how to do it vertically, of course I mean Wintermute, because he's the one that done this. But yes, I'm working on it. I like the picture. You talking about the background
When
picture?
your screen opened, you and Lorna.
Oh yeah. I did absolutely nothing on DaVinci today. I spent 2.5 hours with Apple support. I hope they're watching because I'll just call them like they are. They're idiots.
And talking back and forth with me.
It's two.
Because I apparently didn't pay that much attention today.
Just today? Wintermute says, Chris Garrett, you should use Test Disk. It can recover lost partitions and all the files in them by fixing the partition table. No need to copy 9,000 files. And Bobby mentioned his internet came back. It was an outage. Spectrum's fault, not my home. The situation with Apple is, with Mrs. K's phone, I can sit right here. I can take a picture. I can bring up iCloud under her name, which is actually my name, but it's her account. And the picture's already there within 1 second to 2 seconds. I did it 15 times and it worked just fine. I did have an Apple tech tell me that's not possible because it doesn't work that way. And I said, well, I want to tell you, Mr. Dumas, it does work that way, at least for me. Well, that's because your wife's connected to the Wi-Fi at a higher rate of speed. I'm like, whatever. I actually dropped an F-bomb on him twice, and I spoke to his supervisor. So he was like, well, I would really like to see that. So guess what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm actually going to do a video with all my cameras, and I'm going to show it with Mrs. K on her phone, have the iCloud, show that it's instantaneous both ways, both onto the cloud and off of the cloud. And on my phone, it's not. Now, I did figure out a workaway. And when I say I figured out a workaround, not Apple, I figured out a workaround. So I am still looking into the possibility of going to the dark side and getting an Android. I don't know yet. I really don't know.
I think you just need to get a new iPhone. That'll raise my stock price a little bit.
One guy I talked to says he thinks it is in the phone itself. He did say, let's make a backup and then let's go ahead and put it back to factory settings. I'm like, I don't want to do that yet. It's a good idea. Don't misunderstand me. It is a good idea. I just don't want to go through the hassle of putting back some of the things on there I have on there. My pictures won't be lost because they're in the cloud, allegedly. I don't know how much faith I put in that. Wintermute said, I made a vertical clocks, but it will not fit on the screen. I split it into 2 columns. Yeah, I'll get with Wintermute later tonight.
What exactly is the trouble then, Jen? Just having to go re-download those 100 apps that you had on your phone?
Yeah, I have 100 apps on my phone, Alex. You know that I don't have 100 apps on my phone.
No, I'm just playing around.
This one, this is me, okay? This is me. I want you to understand. I'm doing this. Oh wait, hold on. Before I do this, I have to make one slight little change.
You got to turn it on.
Oh, I had to turn the sound off because when he leaves and comes back thinking, oh, this will drive him up a wall.
Without
2, 3.
There you go.
I was messing with Bobby Warren today.
Now, while he's gone, although I'm sure he's watching the stream.
Oh, I'm sure he is too.
His punishment is every time he interrupts somebody tonight, he's going in the waiting room.
I give him about 2.5 chances, but yes, I agree.
Oh no. He's getting no chances with me.
So what were you giving Bobby grief over, Chris? I didn't catch that. Well, I was watching
He
it 2
was
times
saying,
speed.
he was saying that his home internet went out and he
Oh,
was
yeah.
using 5G at home. I said, well, he said he didn't have internet at home or something. I said, well, if you're using 5G at home, that's home internet.
Yeah, I was listening while I was driving home. Long Dog joins us in chat. I'm starting to
Even Doug laughed and I was messing with him.
yeah. Well, Doug actually stopped him a couple times from interrupting. Especially at the end. That one at the end cracked me up. I mean, I'm tooling along in 2 times speed, and when Doug said that, I'm like, stop backing up, normal speed. I got to make sure I heard this right. So, Long Dog says, starting to get kind of excited about the race tomorrow. I'm not much into other sports, but when it comes to cars or anything, yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. And I owe Tony Wallow an apology. Tony sent me a message between 2 and 2:30, and he wanted me to find the 500 Festival for him. And I was going to record it, but I got so wrapped up with Apple, I did not do that. So I'm going to see if I can find it elsewhere and get it to you, Tony. I just forgot. I got so wrapped around Apple that was all that my afternoon was about. So, yeah, tomorrow you've got Le Mans, which will be on about 4 o'clock in the morning our time, Indiana time. Then you have the Indy 500, which starts at 12:30 when they start their engines. Flag drops at 12:38, I think. And then later in the day, you have the Coca-Cola 600 down in Charlotte if it doesn't get rained out. So if you're a race fan, tomorrow's your day. I will watch the 500.
Can we let him back in?
He's still there. Has he left and come back though?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because I turned the bell off. So
there you go.
Yeah, I didn't see the time. Yeah, go ahead and let him back in. That's fine. I can't watch that thing this afternoon. I don't have TV. Bobby, you just got the damnedest luck when it comes to things. I mean, you are a walking Charlie Brown character called Pigpen. Seriously. If it can go wrong, it's going wrong. I could just see you walking down the street and there's a cloud of dust. Really. I mean.
Well, there's a cloud of something.
Yeah, I mean, good God. Good God, man.
I learned my lesson.
I doubt it.
I did not try to come back. Leave and come back.
Oh, well, that's not the lesson we're intending to teach you here. If that's the lesson you feel good about learning, we got a lot of work to do. A lot of work.
I know. I heard your little comment on the stream when I was in the waiting room about me being on Doug's today.
Yep. I actually stopped it. So Bobby said, it's Spectrum, don't mess up. You're in Tampa now, you said earlier? I thought I heard someone say you said you were in Tampa, or I read you were in Tampa. I don't know. I heard Tampa somewhere. So I don't know much about Tampa. William, you know anything about Tampa and their internet companies? Is Florida that bad?
No, I never even.
So you're in
I
Cocoa,
guess it
right?
is the offspring of the Spectrum.
You're in Cocoa, Florida.
Yeah.
Do you have very many internet problems?
No, just very seldom.
Okay.
Who's your provider, William?
Spectrum.
Okay.
Same as Bobby. I think he has Spectrum.
Yeah,
I think I got poison ivy from going to grass today. I'm going to be so frustrated if I did.
I got a Brian Lightfoot question.
Oh, go for Brian.
Just, what ghost town is that in your background? You know? The reason I ask, it's reminiscent of a couple things I've seen of the old Gunsmoke set from way back when. I don't know. I think it's just a stock photo, but if I see a certain movie actor, director, walk in the background with a gun in his hand, I'm out of here. Duck.
Well, now, if you hear some odd music like right? The good, the bad, the ugly?
That's right.
Oh, yeah. No, I think it's just a stock photo, Jeff. All right.
I don't know, but man, they couldn't build houses square back then. The foreground house is crooked. And you look at the one in the background, it's leaning at a slight angle going downward.
There you go. There's your Gunsmoke theme.
Mm-hmm. Is that supposed to be a porch or what is that? Let me spotlight you. Hold on. Spotlight. There we go. No, I don't think it's supposed to be a porch. I just think it was. Oh, I love the windows. We got a curtain in one and nothing in the other.
Yep.
Yeah, but the building behind it has windows.
Yes,
that's just
glass at that. It looks like.
Yeah, I think maybe there's a sort of a famous ghost town way up in the hills in California, someplace that's sort of a park now too. That might be it.
I think it's just a tourist trap ghost town somewhere.
Did you send that to me? Or just tell me what site I can find it on?
It'd be easier to send it to you. I'll get it to you.
All right.
Yeah. Send Ken the one that's haunted. He needs a little more.
Yeah, I don't need any more hauntedness in this house. Please send me something that's haunted.
That reminds me of. Let's see, I gotta find it. Hang on. Is it? Yeah, when we were in Arizona in '95, I think this is an abandoned mine town, maybe? Hang on. Screen share coming up here just a second.
Yep, go ahead. That looks like the hotel from The Shining.
Yeah, I doubt very much that it is.
Well, I'm sure it's not. But
This was the Arizona trip. Now, this might have been somewhere between Flagstaff and Sedona, maybe. I don't know. But there's that. There's that thing. And then there's this. I'm not sure. It's been this. You were talking now almost 30 years ago, so I don't remember what this.
The last two are the same one, right?
Well, all three of them are the same area.
Okay.
Is that an oil rig?
I'm not sure what that is. Again, it's almost 30 years ago. I forget.
Yeah, the first one reminded me of something I saw today on the so-called Travel Channel, which is basically ghosty adventures 24 hours a day.
I think that's the. Yeah, this was some sort of attraction of some sort, and there's some writing on this plaque that tells you what it was, but again, I can't remember what exactly it was.
Yeah, it looks like some perhaps old mining equipment there.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. I think it's some sort of an abandoned mine or a mining town or something.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
You didn't happen to get a picture from the backside of that last one, did you? I would be curious just to know if it was missing the back or was it like some kind of a defense wall or something.
Don't know. And no, I don't believe him.
The Travel Channel also has like Hotel Impossible shows. Talk about like bad hotels that people don't keep up and all that. They're really, I find that stuff pretty interesting. I like hotel shows, Hotel Impossible, Hotel Hell.
I haven't seen any of those in a long time. Of course, there may be more than one version of the Travel Channel.
Let me bring this back up. There are a couple more. Hang on.
So that's clear. Okay, so you got a big ass cable and that's got a gear on it, so it's churning that. Where's that cable go down?
Yeah, cable
there's that building. There's that building in the background here, and I forget what this is.
That looks relatively new by comparison.
Yeah, some of it is new by comparison, and I think that's the last of those. Again, I think it was a mining town, but I can't remember.
Yeah, that looks like remnants of an old steam engine that may have been used to raise and lower cables or something like that. You know.
Right.
It was used for putting up fiber optic cable. They gotta have that gig speed internet there.
Oh wow, that's pretty good. Thank you, Wintermute.
I've identified where my picture was taken. That's from the ghost town in Bodie, California.
Okay.
Bodie, Bodie, California.
In Bodie
Is
was
that
his
one the one that's
name.
kind of a state park as well?
B-O. How'd you spell it? Never mind.
Bodie.
So Wintermute dropped the link in the YouTube
Booty
chat.
or booty?
That's pretty good. That's
Bodie.
actually.
Yeah, that actually is the one I was thinking about. It is a California park. It's kind of cool.
Well,
To quote
my
Ken.
background is the Jefferson Memorial. I just looked it up just
Are there any
now and
ghosts there?
downloaded it.
So I'm
not
going
that I know of.
figure if I can do this or not. I probably can't. So, are you guys seeing? What you're seeing this? What the hell?
Your
That's
desktop?
not supposed to be there. Yeah, I know, but me and Zoom ain't getting along tonight. Imagine that. Now, before I
Oh, there
come
you go.
back
Yeah,
to
that's-
this, I gotta kill Brian's introduction. Otherwise, we'll go through that again. And
Stock photo. That one. Now you didn't have any watermarks on yours, Brian.
now, why is that not there?
It's a
we
little
go.
different angle too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the slightly different angle, and there's a old car out here in front, and I mean, this looked to be in Brian's background, and this building is now leveled, so maybe it. Well, I like this one right here. You know that that's holding the wall up or the building up. You just know it is. There's no doubt, you know. So, but thank you, Wintermute. I appreciate that. Go back to where we're supposed to be now. And now
that is
we'll return you to your regularly scheduled program.
No, lawn
Maybe.
dog. You don't get dessert tonight.
Okay, that's back. Cool.
We were wondering, Doug was wondering what was going on with Doug's been trying to fix an issue with one of Lawn Dog's computers, and I don't think Lawn Dog was on the Doug's stream. So we were trying to, because someone had mentioned they wanted to see what the fix would be for trying to troubleshoot his computer.
Okay.
I think Doug and Lawn Dog were trying to agree on a time from a week or two ago.
So do you watch all of Doug's stream to the end? That would be directed at you, Mr. Cheat.
I did today. Yes.
So did
yes,
you
sir,
not see Doug see Long Dog's comment and say we're not going to do that today because he's basically out of time?
Like this, like I watched the stream the whole entire time. I was on Zoom the whole entire time.
Let me guess, your soundbar went out about the time Doug said we're not going to do that today, Long Dog, because I'm running out of time.
No, I heard.
You know what? Just for the hell of it, I'm going to do this. Just to get it out of my system.
No, dog.
You beat me to it, Jim, or
Yeah, I didn't
Brian,
do it
or Jeff, or whoever.
Wasn't me. Did you see? Did you see where my hands were? Did you see where my hands were? They weren't anywhere near me.
I had the mouse poised already.
That was good.
Why does he keep walking into it?
That was funny. That was funny. Let's see. Long Dog says, well, I truly could not 100% verify what was being reported to me. I could not really replicate it on command. Plus, I did not ask if the computer could be part of the video. Those are all good, valid points to not do it. Yes. I'll let him back in. I think I'm the one that put him in there, actually. Not sure on that one.
I don't walk myself right into it. By the way, you put me there. It's just too funny. It's just too funny for y'all to put me there.
That's not funny. Used to be funny.
You just said it was. You just said it was funny. You'd be lying if you told me it wasn't funny now.
It is funny at times. It's actually kind of sad
You're-
that we have to get you to
You're a
understand.
little bit
like-
over the line between being humorous and being irritating
yeah.
sometimes.
So
Now it's actually getting old.
let's see how well this goes. How can I do this? I think I want to do this way.
In my defense though, we have talked about in the past as how it can be relatively easy to overtalk people on Zoom and not, or other video conferencing, and not realize you're doing it.
Okay, I'll address that in a minute. So you ask what's going on with my iCloud. These two photos right here that are on iCloud already, they were on iCloud when I got home. The phone was nowhere near my Wi-Fi. I took these pictures while waiting on Mrs. K tonight. This is how messed up iCloud is. When I logged in, they were there. It's crazy. Now, theoretically, according to Apple, according to their stupid rules and whatever, if I were to click on this and come up here to the trash can and delete it, it will pop up and say, this item will be deleted from iCloud Photos on all of your devices, okay? That's the theory anyway. Unfortunately, it doesn't take it off the phone. It still remains on the phone. That's now the issue. Whereas on Mrs. K's, when I do hers, it takes it off the phone. Although I was told today by Josh Kinder that can't happen. So I'm going to go ahead and hit delete. It'll go out of cloud. It's gone. And it's still on the phone. And it will remain on the phone until I go take it off the phone. It will never do what that just said right there. Ever. Ever. So tomorrow I'm going to shoot a recording with using Mrs. K's phone and show that when you take the picture, and I'll demonstrate that now. Of course, me demonstrating this now means it'll actually work because I'm trying to make a point that it won't work. I'm going to take a picture. I took a picture. Now, in theory, that should pop up right here. I should not have to reload anything. I should not have to log out. I should not have to sign back in. It is supposed to automatically show up right here because I'm connected to the Wi-Fi, and it has to be done over Wi-Fi. Here's a brilliant observation made by an Apple support tech today. You can't hardwire a phone. I went, really? You can't? Oh, look, it did show. See, I told you guys it would work. There it is. I just took that picture.
Now,
Amazing.
Are you connected over Wi-Fi, or are you making it do it over the phone connection?
I don't have the phone plugged in to the computer, and that was done over Wi-Fi. That's what's... Now, it took a little long.
Okay.
On Lorna's phone, on Mrs. K's phone, you can't snap your fingers fast enough, and that picture is there. So this is a good thing. This is good that at least it worked for now. It'll give me something to work on tomorrow.
Now, this was taken with your phone, right?
Yeah, and I forgot to share that over here. Yes, I just took... Okay, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to take another picture. And is that going out over YouTube? There we go. So I bring up my phone. I'm going to take a picture of my iCloud right now. And let's see how long it takes. I'm not counting. I don't have a timer running. But it should show up underneath this nonsense over here at some point in time. If it's going to work. And there it is. That's pretty damn quick for my phone. And I'll take it. Okay? I will take it. I last night compared her phone to my phone and all of its settings, and our phones are set up identical. So that wasn't the issue. Even though I was told that the phones can't be set up identical if hers works. I really got so frustrated. And I did. I dropped 2 F-bombs on one guy. There's no need for that kind of language. I said, yeah, there is, because you're not listening.
I have a comment. So the Apple support tech today that you talked to said that you could not hardwire a phone.
In the sense that he was referring to, he's talking about when you hardwire a computer to the internet. Yes, he did say that.
I knew that's what he was referring to when you said that. But He said if he specifically said a phone, he would have been wrong because you actually can, with an adapter, hardwire an Android phone, but you cannot hardwire an iPhone. So he
Okay,
should
I
have
got a
said you
question.
cannot.
Is this an Android phone?
No.
So that
But
point's
he's
mute. That okay? It won't apply to me. I can't. You know what? This one's on me. Thank you.
I have a Ken Stout question here.
Oh, thank you. Go for Ken. I got a question. I love questions.
Well, I'm just looking on my home screen on YouTube, and I've got your thing up under one tab and home screen on another one.
Right.
And up pops a video to look at about cutting grass from somebody named Ryan Stout. Any relation?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. On a John Deere riding mower, for what it's worth.
Can you send me a link and I'll do so? I don't think I have any related
All
to
right.
anyone named Ryan.
All right, let me pull up his channel, and I will send you.
Appreciate it. Poor Mr. Guy looks so happy. Mr. Guy looks like he's asleep. It looks like he mowed my grass today.
Oh, I'm awake.
Long Dog Ken, are you going to be under a blackout because you're so close to the speedway? Yes. That's not going to prevent me from watching it. I'll either find it on. Thank you. I'll either find it on the internet, or I will go to my NVIDIA Shield. I'll go to United States NBC/Peacock, and I will go to Butte, Montana, if I have to, and find the feed for the Indianapolis 500. I used to do it all the time when I had a satellite dish way back in the day. And this
Put it in Zoom chat.
I got it.
All right.
That is so much easier with this Shield. Ryan.
See, I told you in Messenger. I told you in Messenger earlier today while I was watching Doug that I knew you put me in the waiting room. You would put me in the waiting room just as soon as I joined Zoom, and I was
beat me.
Now I'm gonna play. I can do RC car. I can. Okay, on his about page it says, I can do RC car vacuum stand fan and box fan and window fan storage. Can you expand on this?
I'm clueless. I just caught the name, and I'm wondering if their algorithm put it on my screen because I watch Ken Stout.
Possibly.
Regularly.
He's got 548 subscribers, 7,000 videos. How long has he been doing this? Since he's been doing it since 2016.
He has a lot of lawn care videos, even if it's only at his own place.
Well, yeah. There we go. So I could do a Brian Lightfoot and try to look at some of these pictures and determine where he lives. I'm going to say no, we're not related. I'll possibly look at it later and more in depth. Yes, when I deleted Wintermute, so when I deleted it on the cloud, it deleted it on the phone. I believe it did. I'll go check the phone. You guys can let him back in if you want. So I'm going to go to my phone. And I think it's gone. Yeah, it's gone because I took 2 pictures of the car and I only have 1 picture of the car. So yeah, this is good. So possibly Apple got their head out of a certain part of their body and they realized there was an issue and they fixed it and now it's working correctly. That would
They would never admit it.
Huh?
They would never admit it.
Oh gosh, no. No. They would not. 3 of the 5 techs were actually pleasant to talk to. 3 of the 5 techs actually seemed like they genuinely cared that this wouldn't work. One guy absolutely, And I quote, "I've been doing this for 30 years. My first thought was Carrie Holzman. I seriously wanted to go, is your name Carrie? I didn't. I wanted to. Started to, but I decided not to.
I would think if it was actually Carrie that you were talking to, you would have immediately recognized him and ran away as fast as you could.
Well,
Yeah. Carrie does the part-time gig now fixing Apple phones, Alex. Yes.
Yeah, that'll happen. Not.
Yeah, 5 techs. 3 women, 2 men.
The likelihood of Carrie fixing Apple phones or working for Apple in any way is probably about as likely as Carrie showing how to install Linux or do something with Linux on his YouTube.
Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about that too much. I gotta go grab a water. I will be right back.
Who posted the question of or the photo they didn't know where it was at? Was that you, Jim?
Yes.
I think I found it. I just put a link in chat. Click on it. You tell me if that's it.
That's probably it. That's probably it. Let's see. Start now. Family home. Okay.
That big building is for sale.
Yeah, that's it. That's the building. There's no question about that.
Which chat did you put the link in?
I sent it to Jim. Jim
Okay,
only.
Okay, got you.
I'll put it up for everybody right
Isn't
now.
he special? No, that's fine.
So it's up for everybody.
I assume you updated the list of that stuff you did for me a while back. Part picker.
Yes, that's another barely sub $400 bill.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing about that.
I started with that. I'm trying to tweak it a tiny bit to do Intel for this guy, but I'm not sure. I may not. I may stick with the AMD.
No,
he won't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, most people really.
And don't get me wrong, this is a fellow I worked with. In some respects, for a lot of practical engineering stuff, he's a very good engineer. But he and computers have just never gotten along.
Now, unlike some other folks with 30 plus years of experience, I don't have problems with AMD.
Oh, no.
There's
First
a guy
build
that
I ever did was an AMD, and it was around 2010.
I have only ever had one issue with an AMD, and that's because I used an A series board, and that was a stupid choice on my part.
Well, the only problem I ever had, I got the thing put together, and I didn't have much. That was the first thing I tried to build, and the translation of the one set of Taiwanese instructions for the case and the one for the motherboard didn't seem to correspond on how you hooked up stuff in those days, and I ended up giving it to my 2 oldest granddaughters. Their father had a side business of doing PC repair back in the day, and he was able to figure it out and get it working. All he had to do was plug the right stuff in, and then he had I think some licenses for Windows XP Pro or whatever back in the day that he stuck on it. So although I didn't get it all the way to the finish line, he did. Didn't have to change anything.
Was that a listing
Swap
price?
out any parts. Excuse me, Ken.
No, go ahead.
I'm done.
Was that seriously a listing price of $6.2 million?
Mm-hmm. Sure. It probably encompasses the entire property, would be my guess.
I would think, yeah. I would think so.
Boy, house prices are nuts.
There's another link I put up there with more photos of it. Some of them look from the same perspective of your photos. And for the price that they're getting for those photos and prints, holy shit, you should be selling them, Jim.
Yeah, that's it. Holy crap. That's the rig and everything. Holy crap.
Hey Jim, did you find what I was trying to share with you last night on Zoom?
No, it made no sense. No matter what I tried, I couldn't pull up the actual manual until I went to the website. And then when I went to the website, I'm looking at page 18 and I have no idea what that's referencing.
Well, I'll make it a little bit easier for you. That's the motherboard. That's the manual for my mom's motherboard and her computer, and it actually does have a parallel port header, and they sell a cable that you can connect internally if you need a parallel port
Okay.
on that motherboard. I just wanted to show you.
Okay.
And it also has a serial port header as well.
It'd be hard
And
pressed to find it.
that's an 8th generation of Intel motherboard, so it's relatively new. Oh,
What, that's an Intel branded motherboard?
it's a gigabyte.
Okay.
Yeah,
Intel used to make their own motherboards too.
I had one at some point. Yeah.
That structure in the foreground on that thing, and now that says mine, that's probably the header where the mine elevator went up and down to hold all the cables and stuff for it.
At one time, both Dell and Gateway were using Intel boards, just branded as their brand or whatever. Maybe HP too, I don't know. It's the Intel chipset 845 something.
Now, does anybody know? Does anybody know where Jerome, Arizona is? Is it somewhere between Flagstaff and say Sedona?
Well, I'm sure we'll have an answer to that real quick. All right, between Brian and Wintermute, and yes, we'll know that answer fairly quick.
That was
I'm
a
sure
tough
Sean
one.
knows right where it is.
That was a tough one to find, Jim.
Sean, do you know right where? Oh wait, Sean's not here.
I was searching for abandoned
I
mines.
know where's that. I have been there.
Nothing came up. It finally dawned on me that the big building back there has got to be a hotel. So I did a search on abandoned mining hotels. Bada boom.
Okay. Cool. So
It
Jerome,
would
Arizona. All right.
It would be north of Phoenix, not quite at Flagstaff.
Well,
Off to the left.
yeah, I get that because when we went to Arizona in '95, we flew into Phoenix, but we were staying in Flagstaff, so we were back and forth quite a bit during the week or so that we were there.
Hey Chris, did you ever find out any information on that AT&T Air internet service that's supposed to be similar to AT&T's? We're supposed to connect over the 5G, give you home internet.
No, I didn't.
I haven't either. I'm just curious because it's only supposed to be available right now for existing AT&T DSL customers, and since you have DSL, I figured you might have a pretty good shot of being able to get it, but it would depend on whether 5G cell phone service is available in your area.
Well, I'm not sure if there's 5G right in my area, but I think in town there is. I'll have to look and see. I'll have to check and see.
I learned something interesting about the 5G on my mom and dad's phone. They both have AT&T phones, and on their, if they're connected to cellular data, it shows up as 5GE, which stands for 5G evolution, which is actually a fancy way of saying 4G advanced or LTE plus. So it's not actually 5G. They're still using 4G.
So waited for them to trick you.
Excuse me.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's just a faster version of 4G, but it's not actually 5G.
So are you trying to tell us that they could be lying to all the customers?
No.
They're not technically lying. It's just I wouldn't say that. It's just
Not
it's just a
exactly
marketing
telling the
ploy.
truth either, are they?
Yeah, you can. You can.
No,
say
they're
it.
not. It's a gray area because they know they can get away with it because nobody knows the difference.
You do, therefore they shouldn't be doing it.
Because on my phone it shows up as LTE Plus, which is the same thing as 5GE. It's just AT&T's marketing terms versus the industry standard marketing terms. Because I don't have an AT&T branded phone like they do. So it's just the difference between their phone and my phone, but it's the same thing, same technology.
Where's your twin?
Actually, that one hotel you've been looking at, I saw that this morning on Travel Channel on one of those ghost things. And it was that, not the last one you were looking at, but a thing called the Jerome Grand Hotel, the other one you showed, Jim. And it says it was originally a hospital.
Is it sort of like what I got in my background now?
Yeah. Yep. It is.
Well, that
and
was
on
the
show
first
this morning,
picture I
they said
showed.
this supposedly haunted place started out as a hospital. And
Spotlight that if you can,
and then
Ken.
sat empty for a long time, and it's
Give me
been
1 second. I'm over in Da Vinci
remodeled into a hotel. And then when I Googled Jerome, Arizona, and it showed this thing, it mentions it was a hospital way back when. It's just the same thing I saw this morning. Coincidence.
Sprint and AT&T settle lawsuit over blatant misleading of 5GE logo.
There's Jim coming down the steps right there. Look at
You know how I figured that out actually? On my phone, it showed it doesn't actually on my phone it doesn't actually show 5G. But my phone is 5G my phone is 5G capable, but my phone shows LTE. And I thought, why does their phone show 5G and my phone shows LTE? And that's the reason why, because my phone's not an AT&T phone and it's not true 5G. And then I looked up a video showing somebody that has my phone that actually has true 5G in their area, and it does. And my phone would show the 5G logo if I had true 5G.
So apparently that's actually the hotel was the first shot I showed you guys. That's it.
Yep, it is. That is.
So if that's the hotel, then what was that?
That's why I wanted. It looks like that. Looking through the little windows.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah, I mean, if you look to the left, you can see a little bit of the roof over there. Okay. Wait a minute. I can draw on your screen, right? Yes. So
that was the outhouse.
Right here and right here. And if you look through these windows, it looks like you can see this type of wall on the other side. So is this open? And is this tower right here on this wall? Or what?
It could be on the
on the back wall.
I think it's on the back wall too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically empty there, just walls the way it looks.
Yeah.
I wonder if the miners actually lived on the land and that was the housing in the day.
Miners didn't get that extravagant housing.
Oh God, no. Absolutely not.
Yeah, the other one started out as a hospital, and they estimate that 6,000 people died there. On this website, anyway, for the town. You never know how accurate those kind of things are.
And if you look on the lower, in the middle tier of windows, you can actually see through it too and see a wall in the background.
Right.
Well, I got a photo.
I'm not going to say
entire.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I got a photo shows the entire area, and that new hotel sits higher up. There's all kinds of buildings around there, 2 and 3 stories. So that was a pretty good sized mining town at one time. But I don't see the one that you took the photo of unless it was torn down.
Jim, can you share that again real quick, please?
All right, hang on.
Tony Wallow says, I asked if Bobby Warren was still here, and Tony says he's asleep. Probably. Okay,
All
so
right,
we
so
got
that's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 across the bottom, and we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 across the top, and on that side you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you got 10. Darn it, I was hoping it'd be 16 because I was going to put Zoom homies in those windows.
Yeah, so that's, that's lower in level than that thing is.
Oh, yeah,
Because,
clearly.
because that's the original hotel, and that other building is off to the left.
And
then
if
the
you
lower,
look in the lower right-hand corner, those look like almost somewhat modern-day houses down there.
Well,
yeah,
well, it's not completely a ghost town.
right.
It says there's a state park there, which contains a lot of the mining town history.
Well, that's probably why. That's why that probably exists, because that's what there's a plaque there, so that would make sense that that's probably a
Where'd
park.
that cable go? Did you happen to remember? I know it's 30
I
years
don't
ago.
know that the cable goes anywhere. I think it's wrapped around the drum, and that's it.
Okay. So I just wonder if at one point in time maybe they were pulling oil out of the ground or something, or I don't know.
I don't know that it was oil, but I can't remember.
That's pretty modern, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly more modern than the rest of the place.
You can see that other thing in the background there too.
Right.
Well,
And that
Doug
last
says to me
picture
it looks like a
there's-
building that was never completed. Go ahead, William.
That last picture looked like there's a pulley on top of that wood column where the cable could have gone down that pulley, pull something up and down.
That one structure you saw in the other photo online, it called it a mine header, which would say to me that's the place where all the mine elevator equipment worked.
You're talking about that right there.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it amazes me that after almost 30 years that anybody can identify it.
You can still.
I'm surprised
remember.
it's still
okay.
there.
Yeah, I think Long Dog's onto something. Maybe that building was never completed because there's no roof on it.
No.
And it almost look over here. Now wait a minute, don't go nowhere. Look right straight down there. Does that look like a modern day TV antenna to you?
Let's see. Hold on.
Does to me.
Can't tell.
And we're gonna zoom in on it.
And well, you can't get much detail given the distance I was away from it. Tough to tell.
Yeah. Now, what would make it funny if all of a sudden a Roadrunner comes running on that bottom edge and you hear beep beep? That would be funny.
Ken, let me share my screen real quickly, show the one photo of the whole area.
No problem. Go right ahead.
So there's the hotel up
Wow.
there at the top of the hill.
Right.
Now, where's that building Jim was showing? Is that it to the right of the hotel?
Come on.
I don't think it's to the right. I'm
What's
pretty
that
sure
big
it's.
J
I don't know.
up there?
Jerome.
Oh, for the city. Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
And there's no way to zoom in on that either.
No, that's not the same structure. Clearly, I can see
Well,
that now.
I could download the picture and fiddle with it, but it's I don't know. Even here in the middle.
Brian, I could do that. I know. I haven't seen him tonight, and I haven't seen Josh Kinder tonight. I wonder what's going on.
Well, one of them. Well, never mind.
You thought better of that, did you?
Easy now. Easy.
I've got another photo of that one structure we're looking at.
Oh, by the way, I lost a subscriber. I'm back down to 269. I'm gonna have to make up a thing saying I lost one.
Let me share this one if you would, Ken.
Go right ahead. I was looking at something, but go ahead.
This says 3 weeks ago on the site I was looking at, you'd see more trees and stuff in front of it now.
And behind it, actually.
Yeah.
After 30 years, I would expect it to be.
Well, but these look like landscaping trees, and you can see glass in the bottom of some of those windows.
Now, right now there is glass in the bottom, whereas in Jim's I don't.
So
think
you
there
wonder
was.
if that was at a time when they were starting construction on this, and it was completed later, or what? I mean,
It still looks
no
roofless
idea.
to me. You okay, Alex?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right. We got about, I don't know what time I started. It's 11:29. It runs for an hour. I like the macro. I'm going to fine tune it just a little bit more and see if I can't get it narrowed down. Is that John Candy? No, it can't be John Candy. He's never in the military. I saw a real cool Da Vinci thing today when I was getting ready to go on Doug's, and like an idiot, I forgot to open it so I would have it in my history. Now I can't find it. And it looks so cool. And I have looked. I don't see Bonnie being live, so possibly Josh is not over on Bonnie's. Who knows? Maybe their internet went out. How's the weather in Pennsylvania? Does anybody know?
Not off the top of my head, man. Excuse me.
Yeah, I bet this guy owns his own, the Ryan Stout that you sent me. I'm looking at it again real quick. Trying to get back to the right tab. John Lloyd says, good evening, everyone. See you tomorrow night. All right, John. I'm still at, Tony says I'm still at 270. According to let me refresh. Rick Lake said I'm in the waiting room. Oh, you know what? I turned the bell off. That's my fault, Rick. If you want to rejoin that was on me. I'll own that.
That's my fault.
I'm back to 270. So I started out 269. Now I'm back to 270. People are going to come and go. I mean, I understand that. That's fine. So let me turn the bell back on. So if anyone joins, and then if someone goes back in the waiting room, I'm not going to mention any names, but should someone go back in the waiting room, we'll disable the bell in the process.
Hello.
Hi, Rick. That was my fault. And my co-host. Nobody pays attention. We don't hear that bell. We're like Pavlov's dog. We got to hear the bell. What's that bell? Oh, waiting room. Squirrel. But I appreciate you putting the comment in chat, and I'll try to get better at that. So I got tomorrow night's opening redone for Bobby Warren being first, and since he didn't answer me, he's going to get what he's going to get. I don't have a picture of him. Or do I? I don't. Thought about that a little bit, but we could discuss that after the stream ends here shortly. Which should be within the next couple of minutes. Although I think, if I remember right, the macro runs a little extra. It runs a little over. That's what I've got to fine tune a little bit.
Well, I personally appreciate the fact that you started after I was able to watch Deadpool and Deadpool 2.
That was on. I seen that earlier when I was skimming through TV. I like Deadpool. Deadpool 2, yeah. It's okay, but I did like Deadpool, the original one. Did you see him in the movie about, he was a, what was that called? He was in a simulation, and he was thinking he was real, but he wasn't. And then, come on, somebody help me out here. What was the name of that movie? It was just on.
Oh, you're talking about Free Guy?
I know what.
Free Guy.
Free Guy. Yes, thank you. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Did you like it?
Yes, I did. I don't know if you noticed, but Ryan Reynolds probably plays Ryan Reynolds in every role that he's in.
Yeah, he does. Unfortunately, he does. Did you see the one where he met the younger version of himself? He was an astronaut, and he crashed on Earth to stop something, and he met himself as a younger child. Did you see that one? I can't think
No,
of the
I
name right now. That was good.
No.
That was really good. Death Wish 2008. I haven't seen Death Wish 2008. Somehow that's not on my watch list. Nope,
There's a new Death Wish
2018.
out that I don't think is as good as the original ones.
What's that? Death Wish?
Yeah.
That originally had
Charles
Bronson, right? Charles Bronson?
Yeah, he did several of them. I mean, there was 4, I think. I'm not sure.
I think there.
I was noticing here.
And then didn't Bruce Willis do a couple of them as well?
Don't know.
The Adam Project is the movie I'm thinking about. That's a good movie. I liked it. I thought Red Notice was pretty good as well.
The last Dirty Harry movie with Clint Eastwood was called The Dead Pool. 2 words.
Mm-hmm. So he's got Deadpool 3 coming out. And I see these trailers going by. I want to thank everyone for being here. I do appreciate it. Long Dog Robert, Tony Wallow, John Alloy, Rick Lakes.
I'm thinking I'm back.
Roy Kerr. I'm sure I'm going to forget somebody. Great guy who thinks we cheat. We don't cheat.
Speak for yourself.
Well, I mean, I can send out emails and say, get ready, everybody. Here it comes. And Greg somehow will still be 4th. I can send Greg out an invitation only to Greg, and Greg will be 4th. I don't know how he does it. I mean, it's almost like he gets the email and goes, "Oh, get ready. Wait, there's 1, there's 2. I gotta join. Oh, you're cheating." So I know I didn't get everybody's name called out, but Wintermute was there. Thank you, Wintermute. Robert Michael Longdog. I don't think I missed anybody. I mentioned the most important name, and we all know that's His Highness in the upper left-hand corner, Mike Brady. I mean, great guy. See you tomorrow night. Thank you for being here. 10:30 tomorrow. Should be on time or close to it. Have a great night, everybody.